Sydney FC, Perth Glory, Saturday night A-League men's action. Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lockie. This is Coastwood Football. A-League men's watchalongs are back. Valhoon's here. Howdy, Valhoon. Good to see you here nice and early, my friend. And I hope you guys are having a great week and enjoying your weekend so far. Christmas is coming. It's December, so that's a big thing for everyone. And hopefully the happy times, the happy holidays can bring some entertaining football, is what I'm trying to say. Up the Nooks, that's right. Wellington Phoenix. The Nooks. Wellington Phoenix. For those that missed it, literally minutes ago, just picked up yet another 3 points. They defeated Western United 1-0. Ben Old grabbing a late goal, which was perhaps controversially awarded. Well, they drew the lines and he was onside. I mean, to the naked eye, it looked offside. But it's another win for Wellington. But maybe bigger news. It's another loss for Western United, who have now opened the campaign with 1 win and 5 losses, have scored 3 goals in 6 games, which is not good enough for a team that contains the likes of Daniel Penny, Nikita Rukovica, Noah Botic, Lockie Wales. Damn, man. What's going on at Western United? We don't know. Dom, good to see you here as well, man. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Anton, how's it going? Says, I'm in Perth, so I'm going for Perth Glory. Love it. Love it. Bryce, g'day, mate. It's been a while since I tuned into a stream. Bryce, good to see you here, man. Hope you're doing well. So, very excited for tonight's match. We can see the lineup graphic we have here. Let's discuss it. Drop your predictions for this match in the chat. Sky Blues coming off a loss in the Sydney derby. It's been up and down. Well, it's been mainly down for the Sky Blues, but the up was a big up in that massive win that they had away to Adelaide, which was a few weeks ago now, and that was Ufuk Tale's first match in charge of the side. That was a fantastic performance from Sydney FC, and it showed that they can win games. They do have a quality team. Joe Lolly's a good player. Robert Mack's a good player off that left wing. Interestingly enough, today for Sydney FC, they are starting both Patrick Wood and Fabio Gomez. So the 2 strikers starting. No Caceres, no Kachavsky tonight for Sydney FC. You still got the youthful flair in there, though, of Jake Goodwood, Reich, and Corey Holman for Sky Blues. Perth Glory, overall, similar to sort of Sydney FC, they haven't been at their best. Just 1 win the campaign as well for Perth Glory. That came a few weeks ago against Central Coast Mariners. Luka Ivanovic comes into the side to replace Daniel Benny. Adam Taggart looking to get on the score sheet once again. Aside from that, it's been pretty solid for Perth Glory in terms of the lineup. Alan Sturridge doesn't like to chop and change too much. But that back four, Katrumbis, Latchman, Beavers, and Shushnya is becoming a pretty regular back four, as well as the midfield. I mean, Bozanic and Coley, I'm pretty sure have started every game so far this season. It's Khalifi and Carluccio on the wings for Glory. I've got some predictions coming in here. Bryce is back in a 2-0 win for Sydney as well. Good to see Newey Jets football in here. Anton is saying a 1-1 draw. Sam, that's right. Nick's atop of the A-League finally. Been waiting for this since March 2015. Of course, they could be knocked off, I believe. Actually, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the A-League ladder right now and how it stands. Because yeah, as it stands, Wellington are top, which is fantastic for Phoenix fans, man. That's really, really awesome. Let's pull it up here. Actually, we'll work it up on the stream. We've still got about 10 minutes or so before this game kicks off. Let's have a look at how the ladder stands. We'll pop it up here on the stream, hey? There's a few teams who have really impressed to kick off the campaign. Here we go. So here's a look at the A-League ladder. There we go. As you can see here, Wellington Phoenix are currently top. West City Wanderers and Brisbane drew last night. So they can't. No one can catch them. Sorry, Wellington Phoenix fans. No one can catch them. I forgot. Of course, Adelaide are now 4 points behind. They're on 10 points. So yeah, dude, Wellington Phoenix will finish the round on top. There you go. That's massive. It's massive for Phoenix, man. And look, they've deserved it. They've been playing really well as well. Sam is back in a 2-0 win Sydney as well. Yeah, And if you saw my prediction video that we put out this week, I'm backing a Sky Blues win as well. I think 2-1 is a fair result here from this game for the Sky Blues. And Perth Glory, I just can't see them getting anything out of this game, unfortunately. Harrison, good to see you here, man. Harrison says Sydney FC to get a much-needed home victory and go above City and Jets, who play tomorrow, and go above Glory and 3 points behind MacArthur. Back in Sydney FC 2-1 over Perth Glory, a close one on our hands. Yeah, I think it will be close. But Perth Glory haven't been an easy team to beat, that's for sure. That is for sure. I've been very much looking forward to this contest. That's for sure. Bryce says, can't wait for MacArthur to win, so they are back in the top 4 again. Hey, MacArthur has been good. MacArthur has been pretty solid to open up the season. Could have had a couple more wins. The last couple games, MacArthur were really close to winning, and then, unfortunately for them, conceded late. So if Bulls couldn't get a win, against Adelaide on Monday night, we've got a Monday night fixture this weekend. A Monday night fixture. If they can win that game, that would be huge for them. As you mentioned there, Bryce lifts them back up into the top 4. Sam says Perth can't score away, averaging 0.83 goals since the start of the 21-22 season. It's a stat and a trend that really let them down last year, and that's why Perth Glory didn't make the top 6. They came close. Remember last year, Perth Glory were a decent team under Ruben Zadkovic, and they did come close. They finished 9th in the end. Perth Glory just slipped down in those last couple of rounds. And yeah, man, the last few years they've really struggled on the road, and that's something that Alan Stadich really has to work on with this side. They've lost their last couple of away games. They lost to Brisbane last week. They lost to Wanderers before that. So how can they figure out how to fix up this home form? That's the question. Going back to the lineup though, it's looking pretty solid for both sides. Not full strength for both sides. We just hope that Mustafa Ramini still, nowhere to be found, potentially injured. I remember reading the other week that he'd been included in the team sheet, but he's not on the bench once again. It's close to full strength, though, to be fair, for Perth Glory. And Sydney FC, as we mentioned earlier, missing Anthony Caceres as well as Jaden Kaczarski. As a Glory fan, if they get top 4, I'll be very happy. That would be a huge achievement for Perth Glory. If they can get themselves back in the finals, they're going to be one of those teams just competing for 5th and 6th for me for the bottom of the top 6. That's how I see it, at least. So, not long until this one kicks off. Two sort of similar formations. I mean, Sydney FC at times sometimes play like a 4-2-3-1. But with both Wood and Gomez starting today, it could well be a 4-4-2 as we see here. So that's my expectation, at least. That is it. We've got a couple really good games on tomorrow as well. My Central Coast Mariners taking on Melbourne Victory, which should be a good game. Mariners picking up their first win of the season last week in the F3 Derby against Newcastle Jets. And then as well, I mean, we're excited to see how the Jets and City game pans out, because that'd be a fascinating match. We know Melbourne City have been struggling in the A-League so far this season, despite some good form in the Asian Champions League. And Newcastle Jets, man, I mean, I still think are a good side, actually. I think they've got good young players there. Archie Goodwin's back from injury as well, so there's ingredients there for Newcastle to do all right this season. But fascinating to see how that game pans out. I think it's a winnable game. I think it is a winnable game for Newcastle Jets. It would be a big result for them. The big plus for City though this week is that they do have Matthew Leckie back from injury, which is huge, which is a big one, massive plus. It's just started raining here. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We've got Anton who's tuning in from Perth. We were live earlier this afternoon, by the way, for anyone that missed it. We were live for the Matildas match against Canada, the friendly match, where Australia unfortunately lost 5-0 to Canada are really warranting a result and performance. A lot of inexperienced players were thrown into the deep end, which maybe too many experienced players all at one time were committed to the starting lineup. Carl, good to see you here, mate. Hope you're having a good weekend. So the second of 2 watch-alongs for the day. Of course, very excited for our primetime A-League matches. This one is kicking off very, very shortly. And of course, we've got a Monday night fixture. We should mention that as well. Macarthur, Adelaide. Tested Aussies here as well. Good to see you here. And Sam is watching from Auckland, New Zealand. And of course, Sam, that city that you're currently in is, of course, gaining its own A-League side. It was confirmed a couple of weeks ago. A-League men's team joining next season, the women's team the season after. So, yeah, man, exciting. Exciting for New Zealand football, hey. Spoon battle to Spencer. I think both these teams are right. I think Sydney they'll finish strong this season. They'll have a good second half to the season. When Ufuk Talay really gets his sort of style implemented, I'd expect this Sydney FC side to be a difficult side to beat. That's my expectation, at least. Feel free to drop your predictions in the chat, though. For this one, I am sticking with my 2-1 prediction. I am sticking with that. To Sydney FC, that is, I should say. I'd be surprised if Perth Glory did win this game. Can you guys hear that rain? It is bucketing here right now. We're of course broadcasting from the central coast of New South Wales, Australia. Hey Matt, love your content. Thank you very much. Cheers. Ashton. G'day, Ashton. I'll say, what do you think of the Melbourne victory, the Mariners game? What will the result be? In my predictions video that I put out this week, I did say draw 1-1. That's maybe being a bit optimistic. I think Melbourne victory are definitely the stronger team at the moment. So if any team's going to win it, I think it's going to be Melbourne victory, even though I'd love to see my team Mariners win. I think it's going to be difficult. Look, Mariners will take some good spirit after that win last week against Newcastle Jets. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Mariners to win, I think. But very much looking forward to it. Should be a great game. Spencer's back in Newcastle for the wooden spoon. Good to see Aussie Stadium Builder here. I'm doing well, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Victory 3, Mariners 1. Yeah, I think that's a fair prediction. I think it's a fair prediction for sure. Cristiano here in the chat says, watching from Indianapolis, US, Brazilian, and have been following Fabio. He used to play for my squad. There we go. Thanks for tuning in, Cristiano. Hope all is well over there in the States. Ashton is backing victory. Just come on, the boys in blue. Look, Melbourne victory, they'll be wanting to win because this is, 3 consecutive losses, right? Oh, sorry, not losses. 3 consecutive draws now for Sydney FC. For Melbourne victory, oh my goodness. Thinking about Sydney FC because they're about to kick off. Weather's not great here in New South Wales, but we are underway. Of course, a slight delay on the stream, as we know on YouTube, so we might be a couple seconds behind. But very excited for this one, man. 2 teams with just 1 win in the campaign so far each. Would love to get back to winning ways. Harrison says the Cove are in full voice. As always, the Cove, one of the strongest active, supports in the league. That's for sure. Had a fantastic TIFO last year, didn't they? Darnley says, "Hey, Lockie, this is your new setup." Yeah, we've got a new setup here. We're trialing it for now, so let me know what you think. We've got the lineup graphic here on the side. But we're trying StreamYard. You can see it in the top right-hand corner there. We're trying StreamYard. So a slightly different live streaming setup here, which, to be honest, just feels a lot easier and smoother. In your opinion, what is the strongest active group currently? Melbourne Victory for sure. Yeah, I think it's pretty easily Melbourne Victory for me. Just behind them would be Sydney FC and Western Sydney Wanderers. But Melbourne Victory, I mean, you have to they have the biggest membership base, right, in the competition. Biggest membership base, biggest highest average attendances, and the active boys make fantastic noise. So I think that's a pretty straightforward decision, in my opinion. Do you think Sydney should sack Redmayne as the goalkeeper? No way. I think he's a great goalkeeper. Andrew Redmayne, we love him. No, it's very early, but who's looking like a Johnny Warren candidate for the Johnny Warren Medal? For those that don't know, the Johnny Warren Medal is the award that goes to the best player of the season. Goodness me, let's throw out some names, shall we? Let's throw out some names. Josh Berlante has been very solid for Western Sydney Wanderers. I mean, dude, could Alex Paulson win it as a goalkeeper? Maybe. I have been very impressed with Alex Paulson. Who else could we throw in there, man? Jay O'Shea's been very good at Brisbane. I've been impressed with Henry Ord, Brisbane Roar as well. Have you guys got any other ones? I mean, Ulysses De Vere. If he stays injury-free, if he stays fit, Ulysses De Vere could be up there. Alex Paulson for the Johnny Warren Medal. Honestly, I mean, he had a great game as well today. Another clean sheet for Alex Paulson. The guy's a star. Spencer says, I was in the Den last night. It was awesome, as always. Wish the rest of the stadium would fill. I'm sure it will over time. Perth Glory, good delivery. And so close to the opening goal of the game. Adam Taggart in behind. 3 minutes in. Alan Stajic with his hands on his head. What a chance for Glory. The switch of play was good, and it was just onside there, I reckon. Was it Shushnya? It was, and it was a great delivery. What happened with the contact there? So he flicked it up, left-footed strike, and it hit the post. The outside of the post. Is Machash the strongest player in the league, in your opinion? Ooh, he's probably up there. I mean, look at Perth Glory's two central defenders. Those guys are beasts in Mark Beavers and Darryl Latchman. They'd probably give him a run for his money. Shea Cahill did almost score yesterday, yes. And very close. Very close indeed. That would have been a great moment for his A-League debut. And good to see Ollie here as well. So, we're 4 minutes in. Also, Sydney FC debuting their new Harbour Splash kit. The new third kit, which they officially just recently released. Looks very nice. Dominic, good to see you here as well. Bit of an incident here coming together between Lacerda and Taggart. Taggart's not happy with something, maybe some of the treatment there from the challenge. I'm very good, Dominic. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you're well as well. Good to see you guys here in the live watch along. If you want to support, hit the like button. You can also consider sending through a super chat. Super chats greatly support the channel. Sam says Machash could play in the NRL if he wanted to. As he showed in round one, dude, he's a beast, and he's so hard to stop when he's running. His strength is fantastic. Rain and thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is bucketing right now where I am, and there's thunder. It's been a bit stormy this week on Central Coast. I hope the weather is all right wherever you guys are tuning in from. 5 minutes into this contest, Sydney FC looking to control majority of the possession. Glory looking to go over the top again. That'll go to Redmayne. What do you think of Dharma Traore's red card against MacArthur? And that was, it was 2 yellows, right? I think that was the one that it was 2 yellow cards, from memory, right? I didn't have a problem with it. Was it 2 yellows? And the second was the second one a high boot? Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't have a problem with it at the time. Dominic says David Williams is on the bench. Let me check, actually. He's not in the starting lineup, I can tell you that. David Williams is not on the bench. The bench for Perth Glory is Ollie Sale, Aaron Nakanev, Stefan Kolakowski, Trent Osler, Benny, Kalen Majek Dumini, and Bruce Kamau. Sydney FC have backup keeper Adam Pavlicic, as well as Aaron Gerd, Jordan Courtney Perkins, Matthew Scarcella, Mitchell Glasson, Zachary De Jesus, and Joseph Lacey, a youngster who signed a contract just this past week. But no David Williams, no Mustafa Amini as well for Perth Glory. Maybe an injury. Ashton says it was a high boot, but he hit the ball first. 7 minutes into this contest. Patrick Wood getting checked out. We hope he's all right. Love this guy. Love this Sydney FC kit, eh? What do you guys think? Do you guys rate this Sydney FC kit? It looks awesome. Love it. They're calling it Harbour Splash. It's got sort of like an ocean effect to it, which reminds me there was a I think it was like Sweden. It might have been Sweden or it was Spain or something. One of the kits from the Women's World Cup looked a bit like this actually too. It's really cool. So still treating Patrick Wood. Did anyone else's Paramount Crush? I'm watching on 10 Play on the 10 Play app, so mine's running okay. I'm going to be back in just a second. I'm just going to go grab a phone charger. We're still waiting for play to resume with this Patrick Wood injury. Crucial game for both teams, this one, considering that we're now 6 games into the season. Forms and tactics and all that sort of stuff are really starting to be established. Both teams will be desperate to get a result from this game, that's for sure. That is for sure. So we are back underway. We are 9 minutes into the game. 9 minutes. Sam says, are you looking forward to the Euros next year? Lucky drawers during the night. Hey, definitely keen for the Euros, man. Isn't it like the second most watched football competition after the World Cup? I read that somewhere. Yeah, man. Very keen for the Euros next year. Should be fun. Ashton asks, good question here, actually. How do you know so much about the A-League? And where do I get my information? I don't know so much about the A-League. Well, I've been following it since I started, and I was like 9 or 10 or 8. I can't remember. I was like a kid. I was like a little kid when it started, and I started following it then because a team from my region, Central Coast Mariners, were in the competition, and that's how I know so much because I've been following it for almost 20 years now. How do you get your information, dude? The A-League website, the A-League channels on social media. And there's so many great A-League content creators, making awesome A-League content. So Dom's oh my god, Dom's Ball Chat, sorry as well. Dom's Ball Chat on YouTube. Sorry, Dom, I've got your channel name for a second. He's making some great stuff as well. Who's out there as well? There's so many. I'm blanking right now. Newey Jets Football. The Common Football Fan, Joe K Football. He's making some great stuff. You might have seen him on TikTok. So, yeah, there's a bunch of content creators doing some great stuff around the A-League as well. We are 10 minutes into the first half here. Sydney FC 0, Perth Glory 0 in this A-League round 6 matchup. Fabio Gomez. Just one goal in the early men's competition so far. That came against Adelaide United a few weeks ago. I would love to get on the score sheet once again, wouldn't he? The Brazilian striker who made a fantastic impact in the league when he scored a brace off the bench in the Australia Cup final a couple of months ago. Hey, A-League Couch Critics, definitely another good one as well. Tan Lee, yeah. Harrison says, who you got for the Golden Boot this A-League season? I'm thinking Oscar Zawada from Wellington, Nicholas Milanovic, Matthew Miller. Ooh, Matthew Miller. That'd be interesting. Oscar Zawada is definitely a shout for sure. Yeah, could see Zawada getting up there, especially with Wellington's good form. Jamie McLaren, I think, will always be up there challenging as well. Yeah, if you had to pick, I think Oscar Zawada might be the one to go for. I think Marcus Anderson will bag a bunch of goals. He's already got a couple in the competition. So Marcus Anderson should be up there because the Wanderers are playing well. Sam says, needed Sydney win tonight because I captained Lolly in fantasy. I think that's a good idea to captain Lolly in fantasy. I think you should have a decent game tonight. Stanley says, can't wait for the Asian Cup. Yeah, man. Only a month away, hey. Just over a month until the Asian Cup gets underway. Socceroos have a fascinating group, but should be getting out of the group and then hopefully making it deep into the knockout rounds as Perth Glory are looking to charge forward here. It's a good run, but a good intervention there from Ryan Grand, it looks like, got back to stop that Perth Glory move forward. We are almost 13 minutes into this contest. Sydney FC wearing their fresh alternate kit. Why did Montgomery leave Central Coast Mariners? Nick Montgomery, yeah, it was a big loss to Central Coast Mariners because obviously he was crucial to the Mariners' success in that championship-winning season. Montgomery earned himself a move to Hibernian in the Scottish Premiership. Fantastic move for him. And he opted to go. Mariners were happy to let him go. Spencer, good question regarding the Socceroos. Of course, as we were just talking about, Socceroos in action in the Asian Cup in just a month's time. Who will play right back after Strain's injury? Not sure Natty Atkinson will be fit in time. That's true. I mean, who else could we look at, right? Who else is there? I mean, is Fran Karacic playing football at the moment? What's Fran Karacic up to? Who would be some A-League right backs that we could look at, you know? Who is some players from the A-League that we could throw in there? Josh Risdon. A massive shout. I don't know if this is too big of a shout, but even Tate Russell's started the season really well for Western Sydney Wanderers. That'd be a big surprise. Great chance for Sydney. Can't control it. Sneaking into the box was Robert Mack. 14 minutes into this game, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Risdon. Josh Risdon would be an experienced option. Bring in Zach DeJesus. Jason Guerrier, yeah, Jason Guerrier. Good option as well. I do like Jason Guerrier. Who else could we throw in there as well for right back? There's a few options, but none of them really standing out. Even like Callum Talbot from Melbourne City could be a decent option. He scored a great goal in the Asian Champions League this week. Did you guys see that goal that Talbot scored in the Champions League? What a hit. Great goal. Left foot too. Fantastic strike. From Callum Talbot. What a player. 15 minutes into this game, quarter of an hour in, it's Sydney FC nil, Perth Glory nil. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me for this one. If you want to support the stream and the channel, make sure to hit the like button on the stream. You can also consider sending through a super chat, as Patrick Wood is bursting down the left. And it's a great challenge. Really, really well timed challenge from Johnny Kitcherumbus at right back from Perth Glory. Interesting idea from Spencer here, talking about that Socceroos right back debate. Could Bayic or Boss switch to right back while the other stays left back? I don't know, man. It's not something we see. Sometimes we do see like right backs play at left back, like right through defenders play at left back. Max corner. But Max corner was well delivered. It's still on here for Sydney FC. Mack delivering again. Cameron Cook clean. I tell you what, I'd be fascinated to see Geordie Boss at right back, and I feel like that could work because he does love to cut in. He does love to cut inside. Funnily enough, we saw Geordie Boss score a great goal from cutting inside last season against Perth Glory. So Geordie Boss at right back, I don't think is a ridiculous idea. I think it could work. Another option is Miloš Degenek. We know Miloš Degenek started a game at right back in the World Cup last year as well. Ashton asks, I love watching your videos about score predictions. Can you make the vids longer? Sure, we can. I generally like to make those, nice and sort of concise, not too long. But we try to go for maybe anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Sometimes they're a little bit shorter. Rolls has been playing right back. Has he actually, like for club? I know he played left back a couple times for the Socceroos. That would be interesting as well. He's a left-footed player. Perth Glory looking to make some inroads down the right-hand side. We got 17 minutes into the game right now. My clock is ticking past 17 minutes. So far, pretty even contest. Not too many clear-cut chances. Shush now looking to win the ball high at the park. He loses it. Who is getting the Golden Glove this season? I mean, my vote's going to Alex Paulson. I think Alex Paulson could definitely pick it up in the end. Lewis Miller, yep. I mean, Lewis Miller's definitely the first choice right back, I think, now with Ryan Strain out for Socceroos. I mean, I was personally really impressed with Lewis Miller in the recent Socceroos World Cup qualifiers. So I think, he's got a huge opportunity to be that starting right back in the Asian Cup next month. Hey, Sam, how's it going? How's your day been? It's been good, Sam. It's been good. We did a watch-along earlier today, this afternoon, for the Matildas Canada game. Matildas Canada friendly, where Canada won that match 5-0, unfortunately, for Australia. You guys catch that one? What did you think? Let me know. It was concerning. It was not good. It was one of Australia's worst performances in recent memory. A lot of inexperienced players, though, were fielded in that starting lineup. Perth Glory are in behind. Great chance! Oh, my goodness! Well, how was he missed? It's Ivanovic against his former club. Was he off? Was he not offside? Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, he was on. It's close, but I think he was on. Oh, no. That's a terrible miss. Well, Luka Ivanovic came through the academy at Sydney SC. And that is well and truly the best chance of the game. What a miss from Luka Ivanovic. Glory should be 1-0 up 19 minutes into this game. Rare start for Luka Ivanovic as well. He's had to bide his time on the bench. Struggled with injury last year as well. How many goals will Fornaroli score this season? I could see him bagging anywhere between, honestly, anywhere between like 12 and 18. I know it's a weird window, yeah. Christopher here in the chat says, as an American who ran the A-League a year into the COVID on ESPN Plus, it's infuriating these days to try and catch any action live. I don't know if they still do it, but I remember the Keep Up YouTube channel used to live stream games for international viewers. So I don't know if they still do that on the Keep Up YouTube channel. Maybe. Tarnley asks, what are the chances of Arnie picking Kuol or Iran Kunda for the Asian Cup? Yeah, I think I haven't heard too much about how Garang's going over in Europe at the moment. I think Iran Kunda's a chance. Yeah, I think if he wants to pick a player who's sort of going to be a really exciting player to bring on off the bench, I think Iran Kunda's an option. Gloria again breaking down the right-hand side. It's a decent cross, and it's going to be flicked over to the bar. Well, Perth Gloria looking much better out of these two teams to open the contest. Dangerous delivery from Salim Khalifi, who broke with pace down the right, and Joel King was out of position. I tell you what, actually, I did say it was a good cross, but he could have cut it back. He had a couple of plays free there, Khalifi. So, corner, Glory. We are 21 minutes into this game. Coley with the delivery for Perth Glory, hanging it to that far post, headed back in. Gomez. And now Mack looking to get it clear for the Sky Blues. Master FUT, how are you feeling about the Phoenix game? That was a really entertaining game. I enjoyed it. Really close game in the end. Western United and Wellington Phoenix. Phoenix winning that 1-0 earlier this afternoon, in case you missed it. Ben Old, close goal. Hey, close call with the offside, potential offside. It was called offside. And to my eyes, it looked offside, but they drew the lines and he was on. And it's a great win for Wellington Phoenix, to grab another valuable 3 points. And they're top. They are top. 2 times champ. Coast, how are you? I'm doing very well, mate. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Ashton says, Sammy Silvera is doing pretty good in England. Thoughts? Great to see. Settled in really well at Middlesbrough. And he's doing all right. And he's holding his place in the Socceroos squad. And if he keeps up this form, he will hold his place for the Asian Cup. I'm sure of it. Sam with an interesting one says, deep down, I wonder if Gus, that being Angus Thurgate, is regretting leaving the Jets. Then again, we aren't that much better either. Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting one with Angus Thurgate. He's been Newcastle's best, one of their best players for the last few years now, and maybe just thought he needed another challenge, or thought maybe a club like West United was really going to help him, get his game to the next level. Look, it's not his fault that Western are bottom of the table, that's for sure. But yeah, he hasn't been, setting the world on fire. You know what I mean? With his form. All Access this year is too short. Yes, it is. To be fair, I haven't watched them all yet. I've caught a few episodes. Yeah, way shorter. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Yeah, last year the episodes were like over 20 minutes, and now all the episodes are under 10 minutes. It's really cut it back. Grant with a delivery here. Handed away. And Lacerda, King, Sydney FC with a chance to attack here down the left-hand side. Cross isn't the best. Molly. 24 minutes into this contest, ladies and gentlemen. If you're tuning in at home, 24 minutes for me. So far, the best chance of the match has fallen to Vukovic from Perth Glory, who should have scored, at least hit the target. Somehow blazed over the bar from right in front. Yeah, Sam, I mean, that sums it up, doesn't it? I mean, like, Sam says, I didn't even know All Access was happening this season, as there hasn't been much advertising about it. Yeah, they've clearly cut back on it, haven't they? There's less promotion on it. Last season, it was a huge thing. It was like they were releasing a movie every week, and there was all this promotion around it, releasing clips around it, advertising it. I don't know what the thinking is, because it was a great edition last year. I don't know what the thinking is, or whether it's just like a budget thing. But they've pulled right back on A-League All Access, which is disappointing. Two times champ says, love Wellington on top. Just came back from New Zealand at top places. Sydney FC are in behind, and Robert Mack very close for the Sky Blues. Missing 25 minutes into this game. Great opportunity for Mack. Nice little move there from Sydney, wasn't it? Got in behind with the pace, the cutback, and Mack. Oh my gosh. Well, how did he not hit the target there? Joe Lolly teeing him up. Didn't even take a deflection. Mack should have scored there. Hey. Great chance. Timely says, so sad that Hrustic disappeared. Yeah, Aiden Hrustic, he was one of my favourite players in the previous World Cup qualifying campaign. He was great. And yeah, in the World Cup, he struggled with injury, and then after that, he hasn't really had a look in at all. To be fair, I mean, there's too many good young players coming through to sort of fill that same position. I mean, Metcalf's been playing well, and Denny Jean Rowe, Riley McGree. Too many options for Graham Arnold, hey? So 26 minutes into this game. Patrick Wood coming in off the left-hand side. Excuse me. Perth Glory are a difficult side to break down. We are seeing that now. They are set up pretty well at the back. Cross in, looking for Gomez, who hasn't seen much of the ball so far in this contest. Fabio Gomez, the Brazilian striker. Sam says, just watch your latest predictions. It's good to know that you're currently 2 for 2 in getting correct results. Yeah, dude, I was shocked, right? The A-League is so hard to predict, and I'm terrible with my predictions generally. They're usually way off. Not only have my predictions been right, the scorelines have been bang on. I called 2-2 last night for Brisbane Wanderers, and then I called 1-0 Wellington win. You know what I called for this match? 2-1 win Sydney FC. So if we keep this up, then yeah, we'll see. Should have called a win for my Mariners. Ashton says, I know it's early, but who's winning the league? It's a great question, Ashton. If I had to give you an answer right now, I'm saying Western Sydney Wanderers. Western Sydney Wanderers. Harrison asks, what are you streaming on, Coach Football? I'm on 10 Play on PC. I am watching on the 10 Play app on my phone right now. Great that this game's available to watch for free in Australia on 10 Bolt. If you're on a television, on the 10 Play app on Paramount Plus, is Sydney FC are in behind. Great chance for Joe Lolly! Saved. What happened there? 28 minutes into this game, Joe Lolly in behind. He was well onside. Great ball over the top as well. I think it was from Bratton. It was a tame effort. Did it take a deflection? Shush now might have gotten a touch on that. Sam says, Suncorp reminded me of the Sunday League pitch. It's not great, is it? It's not great. I love the A-League because of how unpredictable it is. So, Sam, it is so hard to predict. 2 times champ asks, what did you think of Shea Cahill last night? Well, what an impact that would have been if he did score that goal late on. That would have been a huge moment, but unfortunately not for him. Dominic says, Lolly happened, I assume you mean what happened there? Problem finishing most games. Yeah, that was a chance you'd expect him to coolly slot away. He missed. 29 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. This is where my clock is at for this game. 29 minutes. Both these teams have only won 1 game so far this season. Sydney FC, that win came against Adelaide United, that big 5-1 win away. You might remember a few weeks ago. Perth Glory, their one and only win of the season, came in a 2-0 victory over Central Coast Mariners. Hey, Danny, how's it going? It says best keeper at the moment is in the league is Alex Paulson. Danny, I agree with you 100%. He's incredible. He's having a great season so far. Look, Joe Gatch has been good. Lawrence Thomas, I thought Hewitt Bell has made some great saves so far this season. Philip Curto has been good as well. But yeah, man, Alex Paulson, what a start. Love him. So, last 10 minutes or so have belonged to Sydney FC after Perth Glory had a couple of decent openings early on in the game. Let's see if Perth Glory can regain some control in this match as we hit the half-an-hour mark. If you're watching at home, my stream has just ticked past 30 minutes, half an hour. It is Sydney FC 0, Perth Glory 0, round 6 of the A-League men's competition. Mark Beavers gives it away, and luckily Cameron Cook was chilling on the edge of his box somehow. He knew what was going to happen there. He was right on that. Cameron Cook, almost in behind. Dominic, good discussion point here, Dominic. Appreciate you guys dropping some good discussion points in the chat. Some good questions as well. Dominic asks, how are you taking the drastic regression of your Mariners this year? Must be hard to go from champs to less than mediocre, but it is early. It is early, Dominic. It's very early days. Hey, look, it's tough, but look, it's kind of not surprising, right? When you look at the departures that Mariners have had. I mean, the biggest one of all, Coach Nick Montgomery, he's left. Sammy Silvera, Benny Incololo, Jason Cummings, Nectar Triantis. Did I say Sammy Silvera? So many players, quality players leaving the Central Coast Mariners. It's a new look team mostly. There is still a good spine there. You know, Mariners do still have Vukovic, Kaltak, Nisbet, Ballard, Tulio, these guys still there. But there's a new crop of players coming through. And it's going to take some time for new head coach, well, football manager, I should say, Mark Jackson, to really get this team gelling. I'm hoping we come good, my team, Central Coast Mariners. Look, it's tough to watch, but it's almost not too surprising. So we just got to ride the waves, you know. Sam says, I've been waiting for Paulson to get a shot since the Australia Cup. I knew him sitting behind Sailor would do him so much good. And that's right, Tarn Lee. Big loss indeed is Nick Montgomery. Sydney FC with a chance to break forward here. Patrick Wood with some space. Has Gomez to his left. Goes to Lolly to his right. Joe Lolly! Great save. Wood on the follow-up. Lolly again. Oh, it's in. Great finish. Joe Lolly breaks the deadlock. 1-0 Sydney. Took them a couple tries, but Sydney FC are in front. Great finish. Sam says, yes, Lolly. Well, it was a quick counter-attack. Patrick Wood using his pace. Joe Lolly had too much space, well onside. His initial shot was saved really well by Cameron Cook. And then the block was blocked well by Beavers. And then it was a great opportunity for Joe Lolly, and he took it this time around. And that was a great finish. The way he curled that into the post. Great finish. Goal indeed, Ollie. Dominic says Lolly can score. Indeed. Well, he missed a crucial chance about 5 minutes ago. This time he puts it in the back of the net. If you're just tuning in, Sydney FC have just taken the lead. It is 1-0, courtesy of Joe Lolly. And who was it before? Someone said they captained Joe Lolly in their A-League fantasy team. Well, you're going to be very happy with that one. Jimbo's happy with that one as well. Says go Sydney FC. 33 minutes in. Sky Blues lead. And Perth Glory will be ruining that missed opportunity they had. Luka Ivanovic missed a crucial chance early on, blazing over the bar from directly in front. And as we tick past the 34-minute mark, Sydney FC take the lead. Shots on goal stat on the broadcast, 7 for Sydney, just the 1 for Perth Glory. That was that miss from Ivanovic. Dominic with a good point here says important to go up on Perth early because if they score first, that back four can be hard to break down. Yes, you are right. So Sydney FC getting a dangerous position once again. Robert Mack this time. Sam says 918th. Fantasy had a slow start with some things going against me early, but slowly making the ranks. Well, Matt came close to another goal there. Cameron Cook staying strong. It's a corner here for Sydney FC. As we tick past 35 minutes. Mack goes low. Rolled back. And the hit from Bratton. Blocked. Sydney FC really in control of this game now. They're dictating the play. Bratton with a long ball. And Cameron Cook plucks it out of the air. Where can I watch this? Watch in USA this game? Great question. I know the Keep Up YouTube channel. Does anyone know if the Keep Up YouTube channel still does the international live streams? I know on the Keep Up YouTube channel, they do sometimes broadcast games for international viewers for free. Yeah, you might have to do a bit of a Google search. on that one. But check out the Keep Up YouTube channel; they might be running. That is right, Jimbo. Yeah, we were live for that one earlier today as well. We did a live watch along for the Matildas game against Canada, where they lost 5-0. Really disappointing result for the Matildas. Perth Glory getting up the field here in a good area of the park as we tick past 36 minutes now. Bozanic feeds it wide, but a little bit too wide there. It's rolled out of play. Wayward pass from Bozanic, who's not happy that his wide man was not in position. So, I'd say, dude, this first half has flown by. We've got less than 10 minutes to go. Our predictions for Phoenix this season, well, it's very different to where I predicted them before the season, Master FUT. If you ask me where Phoenix will finish this season, top 4 for me. I don't see any reason why they'll drop down. They'll finish somewhere in the top 4 for me. Glory in the box now. Katrumbas crossing. Ivanovic looks to play back. Collie to Bozanic. Bozanic hits. Blocked. And the Sky Blues survive and can break away here. No. Is it being pulled back? Offside, I think. Christopher, thanks for dropping that in the chat as well, Christopher. They haven't this season. Keep up with the international streams. Lucky to have 1 per match day on Keep Up. Okay. Only certain games to Keep Up broadcast. Harrison with a comment here on his Melbourne City. It says, I went to Sydney for last year's granny. I wish I left at half time. We let a lot of players go, but we have brought in some good players. Arslan, Bajic, Jakalic. Hopefully we don't finish bottom. I'd be stunned if Melbourne City finished bottom. Yeah, the squad's too good for that. Look, big gain for Melbourne City this week is the return of Matthew Leckie, who we'd expect to feature tomorrow against Newcastle Jets. Sydney FC 1, Perth Glory 0. Perth Glory desperate to fix up this away form, which has let them down so much in recent seasons. Skyler's in a good position. Bratton looking for the run of Grant. Can't find him. Cameron Cook has been busy this half. He's been called into action a few times. He's done well, but his goal has been breached so far this half. Goal to Joe Lolly for Sydney FC. Down the right, and here is the goal scorer, Lolly on the wing, looking to cut inside as he always does, delivering. Flicked away by Beavers. Coming forward again here now, Patrick Wood, who's been involved very much in the attack. He goes down in the box. Referee not interested in a pen. Now Ivanovic looking to beat his man. Luke Ivanovic does well. He'll get on the... Oh, almost got on the end of that. Well done. I think it was Jake Girdwood Reich. In the end, it was. With a good challenge. Lucas, good to see you here. Lucas in the chat says Robert Mack should have passed to Wood. Dominic, just on Leckie, says Leckie will be important in his return, but it's their defence and forwards and midfielders not getting back. They're getting smoked on the counter. Yeah, no Nuno Reis. He's missing with injury at the moment for Melbourne City. That's a bit of a blow for them in defence. Should Arzani be playing better? I think he's been all right to start the season. I think he'll get better and better as he grows with his teammates. He's been good, Daniel Arzani. I think he's been okay. We've ticked past the 40-minute mark here. Not long until half-time. Make sure to stick around. We'll at half-time we'll do a bit of a discussion on the rest of the games coming up this weekend. 3 matches across Sunday and Monday. The A-League men's season is really heating up as we approach Christmas. Very, very busy season, as we know, for football. Coley Feeding it forward. This is Carluccio. Former Western Sydney Wanderers player Jared Carluccio coming up against his former rival Sydney FC as Sydney can break forward once again. Patrick Wood getting in behind on the left. The shot is just wide. What a chance. He's been very good today, Patrick Wood. He's using his pace to his favour, and that time just dragging it wide. Huge opportunity. Well, they broke forward really well. Nice move from Mack to get it started. Brought it forward, fed Wood, found the space on the left, and oh, dude, that was close. Oh my gosh, that's right. Newey Jets so close for Sydney indeed. What a chance for Patrick Wood. That's right, Jay. 2 for 2 on the prediction so far this round. Exact goals too. Yes, dude, I'm stunned. It's very rare for me. And yeah, so far we've got the predictions right. I was already shocked when I got last night's game right. I called 2-2 in my predictions video, and it ended 2-2. I've got the 1-0 win for Wellington today. For this game, I called 2-1 win right for Sydney FC. So it's still on the 2-1 win. Here's Perth Glory. Could they get an equaliser here? It's blocked. Taggart's shot was blocked. We tick past 42 minutes here on my clock. Perth Glory looking to conjure something here later on in the half. Petrumbus. Back to Bozanic. Perth Glory going back to the halfway line here. Need to be a little bit faster with some of their ball movement here, Perth Glory. Switch of play here. Shushnya on the left. Looking to feed Ivanovic into the pocket. Looking to get around. Sky Blues back in possession, and they've been utilising this counter-attack really well here, Sydney FC. Let's see how they go this time around. Again, Gomez this time to Wood. The two strikers combining. Patrick Wood cutting in. Goes back to Lolly. Again, it's just too easy for Sydney FC, the way they're transitioning forward. Perth Glory need to shut it down, and here's Mack trying to force his way through, and he does. Oh my God, Mack, what a run! Oh, what a goal! Robert Mack with a stunning goal. What a run. What a finish. 2-0. Wow. What a goal. And Johnny Petrumbus is livid at his teammates right now. How was he waltzed through here? Look at this run. What on earth? He's beaten 3 or 4 players there to score. Dominic says, wow. There we go, says Newey Jets. Robert Mack, unbelievable. Oh my, the way he got past, oh my God, dude. The way that he left Johnny Petrumbus on the floor. Oh my gosh, what a goal. Dude, look at Johnny Petrumbus at the end there though. He was so salty too. Oh my God, he got sucked in and he ended up on the floor. That's a great goal, dude. That's a fantastic goal from Robert Mack. What a player. The Slovakian international. Fantastic. It's his 11th A-League goal. 11th A-League goal after 32 matches. It's Joe Lolly. It's Robert Mack. It's their star wingers on the score sheet for Sydney FC. They've been fantastic. Lucas asks, Lockie would be starting most games. Well, it's been tricky because, you know, they've got a lot of good players in that area of the park. And, you know, Kachalski's been playing well of late. Caceres. But, hey, he's playing well. So if Wood has a good game here, he might be keeping the likes of Kachalski and Caceres on the bench. Harrison says, bang, bang, Gloria gone. Woeful at the back. Shambolic defending. It's not good, eh? That was far too easy. We're talking about Perth Glory. I sometimes, you know, really solid in defense and hard to break down, but Robert Mack just breezed through them there, man. Breezed through them. We are into injury time right now. We are into first half injury time. 3 minutes added on. Lolly cutting in. Lolly's still going. He was inspired by Robert Mack's run there, Joe Lolly. You wanted to have a run of his own. Lucas is back in a big score prediction here for Sydney FC. It says 4-1 or 4-0. They look in the mood tonight, Sydney FC. I think you could be on the money there, Lucas. Dominic says Caceres is washed. He gets playing time on the strength of his solid career leading up to now. I think Caceres, he's got good games and bad games. You know, I think on his day he's a very good player. Anthony Caceres. Joe Lolly cutting inside once again. Wood, Patrick Wood in the box. Can't find a teammate. 1 minute and a half to go in this contest. Perth Glory need to shake it up a little bit. Taggart trying to get in behind. Redmayne's there to meet it. With a minute to go in this half, look at Taggart. They've just shown a close-up of Adam Taggart, and he's screaming in frustration. He's frustrated with the lack of service he's received. He's a good striker, Adam Taggart, and he's a guy who I'm sure had aspirations of making the Asian Cup squad for next year, but he's really run out of time for that, I think. Sydney FC, again, just they're breezing through this midfield far too easily. Final seconds of this first half. Harrison asks, any A-League streams tomorrow, Cosmos Football? None tomorrow. I'll be at the Mariners game tomorrow. Mariners Melbourne victory. We've also got Jets City tomorrow, so no watch-alongs tomorrow, as I'll be at one of the games. Make sure you catch tomorrow's action, of course. 2 games tomorrow afternoon in the A-League. And that's right, Tan Lee. Yeah, that's another big out. We're talking about Ryan Strain missing the Asian Cup next year. Yeah, Brandon Borello, not bad news for Wanderers and Socceroos, hey. Out with injury for a little while. So that is the first half done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. Sydney FC lead it 2-0. Pretty good performance so far for Sydney FC. They've been looking real dangerous in attack. Perth Glory are frustrated after that first half. Joe Lolly, Robert Mack on the score sheet. Lolly scoring with a fantastic curling finish. Robert Mack with a brilliant run, just cruising through that back line and finishing to make it 2-0. What do you guys make of it? How are we feeling? Good night from Texas, says Christopher. Appreciate the commentary and interaction. Christopher, thanks for tuning in, man, all the way from Texas, USA. Hope all is well over there. Thanks for tuning in, mate. And I imagine, what would the time be over there in Texas? What's the time right now in Texas, Christopher? Enjoy the rest of your night or morning, whatever it is. In the score prediction vids, can you say who you think will score in the game? That's getting too detailed for me. The score predictions themselves are hard enough to pick. If I did pick a goal scorer for this game, it probably would be Joe Lolly. He's, I think, one of the best players in the competition on his day. All right. So we've got a couple fantastic games coming up this weekend. Still a couple games to go. 2 on Sunday, 1 on Monday as well. But we are very much enjoying this contest so far, halfway into it. Jimbo's back in a 4-0 win for Sydney. Wow, 3:30 in Texas. There you go. Sam says something insane. Is that New Zealand is only 3 hours behind LA in some way? Is that right? Wow. I didn't know that. Wow. Who do you think will score in the victory game tomorrow? All right. Well, if I had to give you some specific goal scorers for that game tomorrow, I think Bruno Fornaroli is a pretty easy pick. Hey, I think Fornaroli could get on the score sheet. And hey, if anyone's going to score for Mariners, I mean, it'd be interesting to see Will Wilson score against his former team. If anyone's going to score for Mariners, I'm going to say Ali Kuwal. Ali Kuwal. Like, he scored in the F3 Derby last week. Did he? Yeah, Ali Kuwal scored last week, didn't he? He scored the week before that against Brisbane. Ali Kuwal. Let's go Fornaroli and Kuwal, those 2 strikers. Interesting one. Master FUT says, what would be your 5-a-side A-League team this season? Some great questions coming in tonight. Feel free to drop some questions in the chat if you're interested. What would you be your five-a-side A-League team this season? Feel free to drop your five-a-side A-League teams for this season so far. Goalkeeper would be Alex Paulson for sure. Defense. I tell you what, Marcelo maybe from West Sydney Wanderers in defense. He's been good. Let's go two midfield players. We'll go Jay O'Shea in midfield, and we'll go Ulysses De Vere. I think he's been very good for MacArthur. And then up top, I'll probably go Bruno Fornaroli up there. You probably throw Oscar Zawada in there as well. Maybe probably Bruno Fornaroli. Yeah, that'd be my five-side team. Paulson in goals, Marcelo at the back, De Vere and O'Shea, my two midfielders, and then Fornaroli up top. Hey, yeah. Hey, Mr. Freshman's here as well. Good to see you here. Jimbo's back in the Mariners win on Sunday. Hey, I hope so, man. I'd love to see my Mariners get the win on the weekend. All right. We were talking about it just before. Some of the games coming up this weekend. Let's discuss. Let's bring up the tab here. 3 games remaining for the weekend. That's how the ladder looks right now. Well, that's not live. Wellington Phoenix currently sit top of the table. What a time to be a Wellington Phoenix fan, hey? This is what we want. So, matches so far, this is just up from Google. Of course, Sydney FC currently leading at 2-0 in this one. Let's zoom in, shall we? Let's zoom in. It's been an entertaining round so far. Brisbane Roar 2, West Sydney Wanderers 2. An entertaining match with Wanderers coming back late in that one. Wellington Phoenix with a huge result. 3 points on the road to Western United, 1-0. Currently, of course, Sydney FC leading 2-0 over Perth Glory. Tomorrow, we've got Mariners taking on Melbourne Victory at home. And the Newcastle Jets are back home for their second home game of the season against Melbourne City. City, maybe a little bit lethargic after a lot of trouble. City have had to do a lot of trouble this week. They were away to Wellington a week ago. They were in Japan as they drew in the Asian Champions League midweek on Wednesday evening. And now they're in Newcastle. So I don't know if anyone knows. I don't know did City travel directly from Tokyo to Newcastle? If there are flights that go from Tokyo to Newcastle, I'm not sure. Or perhaps they flew back to Melbourne and then up to Newcastle. And then to finish off the round here, you can see we've got a Monday night fixture here. It is MacArthur FC hosting Adelaide United. That should be a fun game. I'm expecting goals in that game. My prediction for that game was 2-2, and I'm going to stick with that. I think we will see plenty of goals in that game. And let's have a look at how the ladder looks right now. And this is the live ladder, Sydney FC. This win will take them to 7th place on the ladder. Of course, a couple more teams to play this round. Perth Glory, this would be their 4th loss of the season if it stays this way. So, the ladder's looking quite interesting, man. I mean, Wellington Phoenix sitting on top in great form. 4 wins, 2 losses. Looking very solid at the moment so far, Wellington Phoenix. The team that they beat, Western United, currently sitting bottom. Really concerning for the green and black, man. They've been really poor this year. They've only scored 3 goals. They've only scored 3 goals this season, and 2 of them came on the opening weekend, which is over a month ago now. I don't know where it's going wrong for John Aloisi's side. Ashton says, if Mariners win against Victory next life, I'll donate $50. I'm not confident of a Mariners win, but we'll see. Sam says here, those before the start of the round was that 1 to 6 was separated by 2 points, and 7 to 12 was separated by 2 points, and then 6 to 7th was separated by 4 points. Yeah, there was a bit of a gap, and there still is, even with this result. There is a bit of a gap between the top 6 and the bottom 6 already. Which, look, I don't know if that's going to be the final bottom 6 and top 6, but it could well be. Pretty different from my predictions, hey. Sam says West United didn't score a goal for over a month. And Aloisi's gone soon. He's running out of time. Aloisi's running out of time. I think that's the reality of the situation. Look, he's a decent coach. He won a championship with the team less than a couple of years ago. But it's not working out right now. And we know in football, if you're not getting results, it could be on the way out. Troy says, hi, Lockie. Just gone home. Do you think Amini will feature at all this season for Perth? Surely, right? Surely he will. We'll start for Amini. Look, he's struggled with injury. And he's struggling to break into the team right now. So I'm sure he will at some point. But yeah, it might be a bit of time still. Jay, I agree with your point here. Says Mariners at home might help them. But I feel like Victory is in better form at the moment. They absolutely are. Victory. They are without a win in the last few games. 3 consecutive draws for Melbourne Victory. But look, could the home advantage get the Mariners across the line? They would hope so. Frenzy Rabbit, how's it going? With a good question here, Frenzy Rabbit. What teams do you think have a decent shot at top 2 this year? When it feels too hard to pick for me. Yeah, I like that question, Frenzy. Sometimes people ask me who's going to win. That's hard to pick. Top 2. If you give me some options for top 2, that's easier. So West Sydney Wanderers, I think, will finish top 2 this year. I think they will. Look, I tell you what, I don't want to just pick the top 2 teams there. I think Wellington are a serious chance to finish in the top 2. If I had to pick another one of those teams, though, I think Adelaide. Adelaide could finish top 2. Yeah, I think Wanderers and Adelaide might be up there. So I think Adelaide are going to be hard to beat at home this year, despite that bad loss at home to Sydney FC. Yeah, I'm going to go Wanderers for sure. I still think Wanderers are going to be towards the top. Good question, Ashton. Do you think Mariners will be able to defend against Machach? Look, he's a strong player, tough player. But Mariners have some tough defenders of their own. I mean, Brian Kaltak is one of the strongest players in the league and one of the fastest. Premiers predictions. I assume that's what you mean there, Master. Premiers. Yeah, I would go Wanderers. I would go Wanderers. I think they'll have enough in the end. Western Sydney Wanderers for me. They're good in attack and they're good in defence. You know? Whereas for Wellington Phoenix, they've been fantastic in defence. I'm just worried that they're not as dangerous in attack, you know, as West Sydney Wanderers. I think West Sydney Wanderers have a bit more options in attack. I'm right with you, Troy. I misjudged them too. Wellington, Adelaide, Brisbane. Yeah. It was really tricky to call this year, the A-League. And it's throwing up surprises once again this year, hey? It's always tricky to predict. Ooh, Ashton says, let's do some A-League trivia. Ask the chat some questions. A-League trivia. Okay. All right. So this is off the top of my head. I don't know if you guys are cheating. So if we were to do A-League trivia, I wouldn't know if you guys are cheating. Someone could just be looking up the answers. Let's see. A-League trivia. You guys could ask me some questions, actually. I'd be down for that. Second half, not too far away. Two more great games coming up. Let's get back to our matches here. 2 great games coming up tomorrow. Mariners Victory, Jet City, then Macarthur Adelaide on Monday. Let's have a little look ahead to next weekend as well. Here's next weekend's matches. Mariners Western on Friday night. Another home game for Mariners. Perth Glory finally back at home against Melbourne City. Wellington host Newcastle Jets. Sydney and Macarthur. A Sydney derby there. Not the Sydney derby, but a Sydney derby. Sydney FC will be back home once again. Adelaide will be hosting Brisbane Roar. That should be a fun game. And this will be a great game to watch too. Wanderers, Melbourne Victory, which is a third consecutive trip to New South Wales for Melbourne Victory. How many goals? Here we go. Here's our trivia time. How many goals? What's this question? How many goals did Cummings score last season? I know he broke the record for the most goals scored by a Mariners player in a single season. Was it 21? Was it 21? I could be wrong, but I think it's 21. How many games did Adam Cosm play for the Mariners? That's a tough one. He played a bunch of games. He played a lot of games for Mariners. Did he play over 100? Surely, yeah, he would have played over 100, I think. I'm going to say like 112. I'm going to say Adam Cosm played 112 games for the Mariners. I could be wrong. I could be way off. Harrison dropping some predictions for tomorrow. So I got Jets 2-2 with City. Mariners 2-1 over Victory. Mars says, thoughts on Roy Krishna? He was great for Wellington back in the day. Fantastic striker. Fantastic. Game delayed for Lightning. Oh, is it actually? Like this game? I'm not listening to the audio of the game, obviously, because I'm streaming, but is it actually delayed for Lightning? We were seeing the broadcast team are just having a chat. Archie Thompson, Neve Owens, Alex Brosker there. They're just having a chat. Is that right? Val Hooney here in the chat says the game has been delayed for Lightning. Well, Daniel Garb's now having a chat. Let's have a quick little listen to hear what they're saying. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, the restart of this game is going to be delayed by half an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a long one tonight. This halftime break is we're basically playing 3 halves tonight. 3 halves. 3/3. So the second half kickoff has been delayed until 9:15 local time, which is just another 25 minutes or so. 30-minute delay. That's right. 1, 2, 3. New Jet says another delay. I feel like this game could be called off. Let's hope not. Hey, we're already halfway through it. So Lightning in the Sydney area. We had issues last night. We know that there was lightning in the Brisbane Wanderers game. Prior to it, they had to push back kickoff a little while. Yeah, well. No worries, Sam. Enjoy the rest of your night. Ashton. Oh, dude, I was close. What did I guess? 21 goals, right? 21. That's right. That's right. That's what you get with the summer weather, hey? Summer storms. So, kickoff has been delayed. All right. So we wait for the restart of this one. That gives us some time to chat. This has turned into a bit of a mid-weekend, mid-A-League round discussion. Troy's here. What's the score? I thought the game hadn't started yet. We are in half-time, and it is 2-0 to Sydney FC, as you can see from our ticket down the bottom. 2-0 to Sydney FC over Perth Glory. It's been a solid performance so far from Sydney FC. They've looked really good in attack. Lolly, Mack driving forward. Patrick Wood's been good as well. He's been involved in creating the attacks moving forward. Perth Glory had a great chance to score with a huge opportunity as Luka Ivanovic was played in behind, but he blazed it over the bar. No rain, says Reds fan in Brisbane. No rain. Yes, true. Bruno Fornaroli did play for Melbourne City. I believe he made his debut in the 15-16 season, if I'm not mistaken. Bruno Fornaroli, great striker at Melbourne City back in the day. All right, well, let's bring the table back up, shall we? Let's see if we can bring our table back up. Where are we? There we go. So, tables discussion, if you're just tuning in, tonight's game, we're doing a live watchalong for Sydney FC Perth Glory. It's been delayed. The restart for the second half has been delayed by half an hour. We're set to return, well, it's going to be less than that now, in about 25 minutes or so. Hopefully, the game gets back on. Actually, I might have a quick little look here at the weather map. What are the weather maps saying? Have we got any weather buffs, any meteorologists in the chat? Let's have a look at the weather radar around Sydney. And there was some pretty, well, actually, okay, we just had a look at a weather map here. I'm having a look at a weather map, and there does look to be a pretty strong system. Not a massive system, though, about to head over to Sydney. But it looks like it'll pass over. So I'm sure this game will resume. I'd be surprised if they abandoned it. Doesn't look like too much of a delay. Zach asks, how long is the max they can delay it? I'm not sure, Zach. I'm not sure what the regulation is on that. Does anyone know? Yeah, I'm sure there probably would be a limit on it. But we have seen in the past, there was some match. I remember there was a game, I think it was MacArthur v Newcastle last year. And it started hailing. There was a massive storm came over southwest Sydney. And that was delayed for a while. It was like an hour. It might have been an hour. Yeah, man. A long time. Predictions for the top scorer this season. Good question. Prediction for top scorer. I think Oscar Zawada could be there. I know, Master FUT, you're a Phoenix fan yourself, hey? I think Oscar Zawada could be there. I think Bruno Fornaroli will have a strong season as well. McLaren will come close once again. Or win it once again, I should say. Yeah, I think he could. So, tell you what, let's put that in the ticker. Second half. Second half delayed. All right, there we go. So we're going to put this on the ticker. Just for anyone tuning in, to let them know. Second half delayed till 9:15 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time due to lightning. Yes, Dominic. Yeah, we do not want to remember that one. That was not a nice day for the Melbourne Derby. So hopefully this game, the second half, does go ahead. I had a look at the weather radar just a moment ago, and the storm is passing over, and should clear up after that. I'm on the Central Coast here, which is about an hour north of Sydney, and we were having some pretty heavy rain and thunder about half an hour ago, but it sounds pretty quiet now. So I think it's cleared up for where I am, at least. I hope you guys are having good weather wherever you're tuning in from. If you're just tuning in, Sydney 2, Perth Glory 0. It is half time. Second half has been delayed by a little while, another 20 minutes or so. So this gives us a chance to chat. How are you guys doing? How are you feeling about the A-League so far? Let me know. Aussie Wanderer in the chat. How's it going? Is it now not possible to watch any A-League games outside of Oz? Well, we were talking about that before because there were some people tuning in from the States. And on the Keep Up YouTube channel, they do sometimes broadcast games, some select games, by the sounds of things. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the setup is there with other countries. I think it varies from country to country. Masters says, I think Alex Paulson could become a really good keeper and play eventually in the Prem. Dude, he's so young. He's got so much potential, right? He's just going to get better and better. If Alex Paulson keeps performing the way he is now, if Alex Paulson keeps playing the way he is now, he will score himself and move to Europe at the end of the season. Seriously. I think that'll be the case. South Korea can't tune in. Yeah, there was some other people from overseas said they couldn't watch on the Keep Up YouTube channel, unfortunately. So, yeah, man. Sorry to hear that, Aussie. Hopefully, I'll do my best to bring you as much coverage as possible for this one. Sky Blues have been playing well, man, attacking well. Good to see that the fans are still haven't been. It's good to see that the fans inside the stadium haven't been deterred by the weather. Still a decent number in the stands. They're showing on the broadcast Alex Brosk, Senior City legend, taking some photos with the youngsters. Great to see. Master just on Alex Paulson says, I hope he stays with us for another season, then makes a big move into Europe. Actually, that probably would be good, wouldn't it, for him just to stick around maybe another season or two, really develop himself, and then he could have a huge career overseas in Europe, man. He's got massive, massive potential. He really, really does. So we wait for the restart, which is we'd expect, hopefully, in another 15 minutes or so. The Cove is still singing loud and proud. Great to see. Let's pull up our ladder once again. This is how it's looking so far in the A-League men's competition. Wellington Phoenix on top after a win against Western United today. Sydney currently jumping up into 7th place thanks to this winning position. Western United sitting bottom of the ladder with 5 losses. Tough. Harrison says, imagine traveling from Perth to see no goals for your side yet. Yeah, they showed. Actually, I recognize that guy. He goes to a lot of Perth away games. I think he actually might live on the East Coast. He might live in Sydney. There's that Perth fan they showed on the broadcast just a moment ago with like the bucket hat. Yeah. So, another 15 minutes or so until we kick off. Hey guys, I'm just going to go to the kitchen, grab a snack real quick because we've got a bit of a break here. I'm going to leave the ladder up here on the broadcast. I'll be back in just a minute, and the second half should be back underway in about 50 minutes or so. See you guys shortly. All right. Welcome to summer in Australia, ladies and gentlemen. The storm over Sydney right now is delaying the second half of this match. Hopefully it resumes soon. Hopefully. This has been a great game so far up to this point. Sydney FC have been playing well. Second half delayed due to lightning, as you can see. He whacked up on a ticker down below. Tarnley says, I've got hail going on outside. Interesting. Yeah, I had some thunder about half an hour ago or so. And they're showing on the broadcast some shots of the players inside the rooms. Trying to stay warm. Trying to stay fresh. This is really unique circumstances if you're a player in the scenario, like having to wait this amount of time. And you got some of the extra, you can see here on the broadcast, they've got some exercise bikes in the rooms. And Adam Taggart, Jared Calduccio currently on the exercise bikes for Perth Glory, trying to stay warm and fresh. It's one of these interesting circumstances where there's not much you can really do. Hey, there's not much you can really do as for any of us. Just have to let nature do its thing, and hope that it moves on. So this would be a big win for Sydney FC. This would be their second win of the season if they can hold on to this result. As you can see here from the live ladder, 2 wins, 4 losses. Look, a big change made from Sydney FC to move on from Steve Corica. I think it was time. Bit of a poor start to the season. And they did appoint Ufuk Talay, who former Phoenix coach, who's come in, and obviously a former Sydney FC player himself as well. And started with a great win against Adelaide United. You might remember a few weeks ago, Sydney FC won 5-1 away to Adelaide. And then lost that Sydney derby just by the 1 goal. Great game, though, that Sydney derby last week. And they're kind of showing on the broadcast some of the highlights from last night's match, which is great. That match between Brisbane Roar and Western Sydney Wanderers, which ended in a 2-2 draw. Great start from Brisbane, though. I was really impressed with how they started the Roar, and I was worried for Wanderers. And I thought, man, this Brisbane side's on fire. Meli Uznic scoring, Hingett scoring as well. Especially that Jack Hingett goal. Wanderers were a little bit frail in defence. Not tracking Hingett. It's a bit too easy. B asks, why is the game delayed? Due to lightning. There is currently a storm travelling over Sydney, and with some lightning in the vicinity, it's not safe for the game to resume. So we are letting the they are letting the inclement weather pass over Sydney, and by the looks of things, it is passing over from the weather maps. So they did initially say that the game will be expected to resume at 9:15 local time, which is in about 12 minutes. So hopefully that goes ahead. Hopefully it goes ahead. Let's have a look at some of the other games coming up this weekend. We're discussing them a little bit earlier. Great round it has been so far. Round 6 of the A-League men's competition. Brisbane Roar 2, Wanderers 2. Earlier today, Wellington Phoenix defeated Western United 1-0. Sydney FC, as we know, currently up 2-0 over Glory. And then 2 games tomorrow. We've got Mariners hosting Melbourne Victory. Should be a great game. Obviously, my Centre Coast Mariners. We're repping the Mariners t-shirt right now, of course. Newcastle Jets host Melbourne City tomorrow. Melbourne City maybe a little bit lethargic after plenty of travel over the past week. They've had away games in Wellington and Tokyo. And then MacArthur SC will be playing Adelaide United on a Monday evening match. And if you actually flick through the fixtures, there's quite a few Monday and Thursday night fixtures coming up. It's a new initiative that they're doing over the summer period to play less games during the day to avoid that intense summer heat in Australia. So even if we flick over, I think it's from the 15th, isn't it, of December. So you can see all of the kickoff times here. The kickoff times that I'm showing up here on the broadcast are Australian Eastern Daylight Times. That's probably important to note. Australian Eastern Daylight Times. So all the times that you're seeing here a little bit later on in Wellington, that'll be later local time, obviously, as well. Some huge games coming up across December, though, especially like every Saturday night. I mean, we've got Sydney MacArthur next week. That actually should be a really good game to watch. We've got a Big Blue on the 16th of December. And then the following Saturday after that is the Melbourne Derby, the 23rd of December, which will be fun, man. You know, Christmas Eve. What a match for Christmas Eve. Melbourne Derby, City, Victory. That'll be a huge game. Victory looking to really sort of regain some control in the Melbourne Derby. City have been bossing it in recent seasons. So that should be a fun game. And then we've got Christmas, and then, of course, a very busy time over the New Year period. It'd be great to get out to some of these games. Of course, we've got the annual New Year's Eve fixture here on the Central Coast. They host Perth Glory. New Year's Day, the first game of 2024, will be Western Sydney Wanderers hosting MacArthur SC for Western Sydney Derby. Some great matches there as well. How was the game? It's been a good game so far, Joshy. Really, really good. Sydney SC especially looking very, very good. Perth Glory had a couple small chances here and there. Crucial chance for Luka Ivanovic, but he missed that one in front. Goal. Hopefully a nice sunny day on the coast for us. Hopefully tomorrow, yeah, for that Mariners game tomorrow. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So, 3 more games to go this round. If you're just tuning in, our current game here, this Watchalong Sydney FC Perth Glory delayed due to a storm currently travelling over Sydney, Australia. Really entertaining match up to this point, and hopefully the break doesn't halt the momentum. We're waiting to see if there's any sort of update. We're cracking out the corn chips. A bit of a longer stream this one, so don't mind me. Drop your what's your football viewing snack of choice tonight? Drop it in the chat. Some of you guys might be having dinner at this time. If you're tuning in from overseas, maybe it might be lunch, breakfast. Let me know what's your snack of choice for tonight's game as we wait for resumption. Phoenix to win the league. That'd be great. It'd be awesome to see. Ashton says Melbourne Derby's early score prediction. I think, look, if current form stays the way it is, and we do see Melbourne Victory currently in the top 6, Melbourne City out of it, I think Victory could win. Yeah. I think on current form, Victory would win. Let's go 3-2. 3-2. Leo says as well, says, hi, champ, it's not possible to watch the A-League from overseas anymore. Yeah, Leo, actually, we've discussed it actually with a few other people tonight. There are people viewing from South Korea, from the United States. Yeah, man, it's not great, hey? We obviously want the A-League to be viewable for as many people as possible across the globe. So I know on Keep Up, I think some people were saying before on Keep Up, the previous game today, Western United Wellington Phoenix, was broadcast on the Keep Up YouTube channel. Joshua in the chat here says Christmas Eve games should be good. What will be on Christmas Day? Yeah, no football Christmas Day. Hey, I wonder if that'll ever be a thing. I know in basketball, like in the NBL here in Australia and in the NBA, they do play games on Christmas Day. Raspberry Licorice says, Troya, we're asking in the chat for your current snacks of choice for tonight's match. Aussie Wanderer's got Asahi and a 7-Eleven Korean ramen. Nice. Nice. It was called the Melbourne Derby. Bruno Fornaroli hat-trick. Pushback for another 30. Not confirmed, says Harrison. Is that right? Let me have a look at the weather map once again. I'm going to have a quick glance. Yeah, there's a storm heading over Sydney, but it doesn't look massive. Like it looks like there's like a thin-ish. It's not a massive system that's heading over, but there is a system heading over. Hey Jacob, how's it going? Says, you on the Raw train yet, Lockie? Hey, Brisbane have been great this season, as we can see on the ladder. They're currently in 3rd on the ladder. Yeah, they've been great, man. They've been really, really good, and should finish top 6. There's been some really disappointing sides who are struggling this year, and Raw, I think, will take their spot in the top 6 for sure. Leo asks, how long can they delay the match? Great question. Now, and someone asked this earlier as well. I'm not sure. So let me have a quick Google, actually. If we can find, does anyone know? Let me know in the chat. Match rules, regulations. Someone let me know in the chat, because if anyone knows, then yeah, let me know. I'm having a look now. There is a on the A-League website. It looks by the looks of things. There is a competition rules. Currently having a quick search through the competition rules on the A-League website. Let's see if it says anything about match abandoned. Someone else do it for me because I'm trying to host a stream here, and eat corn chips. I'm multitasking too much. I imagine it wouldn't be like more than an hour. I mean, it's the delay now is coming up to half an hour, right? The interesting thing as well is like what they're having to do in terms of the broadcast, and like they're having to like do interviews, interviewing some of the coaches and stuff. Yeah. Jacob, just on his Brisbane Roar, says, as disappointing as it was to draw yesterday, taking a step back, scoring 2 against the top of the table, who had only conceded once this season is pretty good. Yeah, dude. I mean, I was really impressed with Brisbane in that opening stanza. I mean, the way that they, blew them away with 2 quick goals, I was impressed. But Wanderers, they've done that already this season. They've come back from 2 goals down to draw. So, look, disappointing from Raw. The fact that they were so close to winning. Yeah. Troy says this gives me nightmares of our F3 Derby getting rained out. Yeah, man, that's right. Yeah, that was round 1 last year. The F3 Derby, dude, the pitch was just soaked. Like it was just a swimming pool. There was no way that game was going to go ahead. It was bucketing down that night. Ashton says, in current form, where are Melbourne City finishing on the ladder? First time in a while, not in finals. I do think Melbourne City still finish top 6. Look, they're getting Matthew Leckie back from injury this week, which is huge. That's a massive plus. On his day, he's the best player in the competition. I think Melbourne City finished top 6. I don't know about top 4. They might be a team who will have to settle for 5th or 6th. Hey, yeah. Master FUT asks, do you watch any other leagues or support any other teams? Yeah, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan. So very happy about Ange Postecoglou being in charge of Spurs, although we're struggling just a little bit at the moment. So I watch a bit of the Premier League. The A-League is definitely my main focus, though. That's why we've got the channel and everything. So we focus on Australian football. Yeah. Jacob says it would have been funny if the game had been called off when the RBB travelled yesterday. I can't lie. Yeah, dude, they showed up in great numbers yesterday, the RBB. That would have been really disappointing for them if the game was called off. For those that don't know, the last night's game between Brisbane and Wanderers was almost called off due to weather as well. Remember that Syndicate's AFC Cup game where it rained all night? Dude, I feel like it's rained like every single... Like, I was at the AFC Cup game for the Mariners just this past week, and it was raining as well. It's been, like, raining every single AFC Cup game for Mariners. I don't know what's going on, but, yeah, just rain, hey. Has it been delayed again? Master FUT says delayed again. Do you guys know? I'm not listening to the audio. What are they saying? What are they saying? They're just talking about the game, so I don't know. Is it delayed again? Did they just give a confirmation? Jacob says you're going to have to sing or something, Lucky. What's that Sydney FC song that the coach sing that always gets stuck in my head? The one about From Moore Park Road or something? We are Sydney, the famous Sydney FC. We're from the harbour city. The boys in blue from Moore Park Road. We are Sydney, the famous Sydney FC. I shouldn't be singing this. I'm a Mariners fan. I'm sorry, Mariners fans. Oh, dude. That's right. Unsubscribe. So, have we got an update on the weather? Let's have a listen to what the broadcast is saying. They're just talking about the match. Has anyone got any update on if we've heard anything? So the word was that we were supposed to resume at 9:15, which was a minute ago. But we are not back on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we could be set for maybe our longest live stream to date. Our longest live stream to date was probably the Socceroos qualifier playoff against Peru for the World Cup playoff. And that would have been like at least 3 hours because that was like penalty shootout and everything. Ash says West United not finishing finals. Yeah. Look, I know it's early, but yeah, dude, I'm not confident. I think if anyone's going to miss out, it could be West United. It's just not working. Master says, I was watching on the screen. It said it was delayed. Yeah, have they pushed it back again? Jacob says, I don't understand why they don't play Pena at 10. Yeah, I mean, Daniel Pena, he's been playing out wide, hey, on the right. It's not his best position. You're right, Jacob. Look, I mean, Western United basically play a straightforward 4-4-2. They do like playing with two strikers. It's been like Botic and Wales as the two strikers. But I would love to see them do that, Jacob. I think you're right. As just drop one of those strikers. Just play. You know what they should do? Because Lockie Wales is a good wide player, good winger. Play Lockie Wales on the right. Okay, don't play him as a striker. Play him on the right. Play Daniel Pena in a number 10 position, just behind the striker, and just play Noah Botic up top. Sign me up, Western United. Hire me. Just do that. Just play Lockie. Lockie Wales is like a more natural winger, right? That's like his natural position. They're showing some of the shots at Allianz Stadium, and it is bucketing there. So I'm broadcasting up here from the Central Coast, and it was raining earlier tonight, but it's fine now. But Sydney is copping it at the moment by the looks of things. The Cove are still in fine voice. Troy says Newcastle won't make finals. In my opinion, they need a rebuild. Yeah, I don't think they'll make finals either. I think they could come close, but yeah, I don't think they have enough this year. Once again. Dude, yeah, Danny. Yeah, I mean that Suncorp Stadium is looking real rough at the moment. That pitch, it's not up to A-League standards. It's not good enough. They have to fix it up. Why is the game interrupted? The game has been paused, delayed due to a storm. There is lightning over Sydney right now. There is a storm currently heading over Allianz Stadium as we speak. There is heavy rain and lightning, and it's the lightning specifically as to why they have to delay the restart. It's not safe for the match to resume, for the players to be out there on the pitch. So yeah, as you can see here down the bottom, signal delayed due to lightning. What's your top 5 Socceroos moments out of the tweet they made? Yeah, I saw that. Hey, and they put it on Instagram too. Top 5 Socceroos moments out of those ones. Actually, let's pull that up now. I'll see if I can pull it up here on the screen. There's been some great moments too. Some fantastic Socceroos moments over the last couple of decades. Plenty of ups and downs, of course. Plenty of ups and downs for the Socceroos. Lately, it's been pretty good. Lately, it's been pretty good to be a Socceroos fan. And we're hoping for we're hoping for an enjoyable Asian Cup campaign. So, hey, yeah, let's put this up. Hopefully the second half does resume soon enough. The rain is still bucketing down in Sydney. Here we go. Check it out. So there's this tweet, on X, formerly known as Twitter, that the Socceroos put up, indulging in some recency bias. 10 iconic Socceroos moments from the past 20 years. What's your top 5? Rank them. Dude, we've got some great moments here. And feel free to drop your favorite moment in the chat from the last 20 years. On the broadcast here of this game, Daniel Garb is showing his phone where he's showing the weather system, and it does look heavy. Lecky's winner against Denmark. The 1-0 win over Tunisia. Penalty shootout over against Peru. Asian Cup championship win. Cahill's volley against Netherlands. 2-1 win against Serbia in 2010. Harry Kewell's equaliser v Croatia. Australia 3-1 over Japan. And then, of course, John Aloisi with a shootout against Uruguay. And then the 3-1 win against England. Okay, this is a good one. Feel free to drop yours in the chat what your favourite Socceroos moments out of these are. By the way, if you are just tuning in, we are waiting for the resumption of this match. It has been delayed due to lightning. So we are waiting for the resumption. There we go. Make that a bit bigger. That'll do. So if I had to pick, they're all great moments too, eh? So, tell you what, number one, I mean, dude, actually, I'll tell you what, this is tricky. Look, I'm going to give my personal ranking for this, okay? So, by the way, if you're just tuning in, we are ranking our top 5 moments here out of these moments. I'm gonna give my personal ranking, okay? I was like a wee kid. I was a wee lad back in 2005 when Australia won the penalty shootout against Uruguay. I'm sure that's number 1 for many people. Number 1 for me, honestly, would be Matthew Lecky's winner against Denmark. That was insane. That was so good. I mean, Federation Square was packed and was going on. Number 1 for me, I legitimately is Matthew Lecky's winner against Denmark. Number two is probably the Asian Cup win in 2015. That was huge. Number 3 for me would be the penalty shootout against Peru in 2022. Number 4 would be Australia's 3-1 win over Japan in 2006. That was huge. That was one of my first Socceroos memories where I really sort of got into it. And then I think number 5 for me would be Tim Cahill's volley against Netherlands, which is just the greatest goals of all time, in my opinion. So good. So good. Valentine says John Aloisi's number 1. Troy says Cahill's goal against Netherlands was insane. Fantastic goal, wasn't it? Great goal. If you're just tuning in for the Sydney FC Perth Glory Watchalong, the match has been delayed due to lightning. So if you're just tuning in once again, tonight's watch-along has been delayed due to lightning. Well, not the watch-along, the match has been delayed due to lightning. So we're going to be going a little bit later tonight, a little bit longer. So we're in for the long haul tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to see you guys here. If you want to support the channel, hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, you can also consider sending through a super chat. Super chats greatly support the channel, greatly support myself in making content here on the channel. That's right. Earlier on, thanks for that, Harrison. Feel free to drop your snacks of choice for tonight's match in the comment section below. Harrison here has got Lamingtons and blood orange and sorry, Lamingtons or blood orange, one of those two, and a poppy seed cake. Love it. Love it. It's so specific. I love it. And a ginger beer, dude. I love ginger beer. Man. I always get, you know what? I always get a ginger beer when I get Guzman. You guys like Guzman? You know the Mexican place, Guzman y Gomez? Dude, just like a burrito and a ginger beer, bro. Val Hoon has put his top 5 Socceroos moments here. So number 1, Aloisi. And then number 2 is Cahill's goal against Japan. Number 3 is Cahill's volley. Lecky's goals are number 4. And then Asian Cup is the number 5. Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, my ranking was a bit more biased to the recent moments, I guess. Maybe that is a recency bias thing. But yeah. Tarnley's got the pizza. Dude, I'd love some pizza right now, man. I would love some pizza right now. Love it, man. Sam says current snack that I'm eating is some classic Shocky ice cream with some caramel sauce. Dude, can't beat it. Can't beat some sneaky ice cream, hey? Jacob Husky coming up to Suncorp in a couple of weeks. Lockie, I haven't booked anything in yet. Would love to get up there for it. If I can, I have to check my schedule and everything. My Christmas time is busy with me. I've got gigs on, and everything happening. So I know it's close to Christmas time too. So I'd love to get up there. I've never been to Suncorp Stadium. Never been to Suncorp. But if I can make it happen, I will. I shall. You're gonna be watching any Prem games? Probably not tonight because all of them are like a later kickoff. So I know there's no early kickoff tonight, right? In the Premier League. So I generally catch some of the games in the morning on replay. So I hope to catch some of them in the morning. Keen to watch my Spurs against Man City this weekend. That's right. Harrison says, "Oh mate, don't get me craving Guzman Gomez. Now some Mexican nachos with the lot." Dude, it's annoying that I can't I wish I could get like food delivered and just handed to me here on stream. I don't like eating food on stream though. I mean, I've got like a couple corn chips here, but like that's like as much as I do. Because I don't want to be rude, man. Wellington on top of the ladder. Has that happened before? Not for a long time. I'm not sure exactly when it would have happened. Let's whack it back on actually. Of course, the big news from today is that Wellington Phoenix are indeed top of the ladder. Let's pull that up now. And have once again another glance at the ladder. Here's the live ladder in the A-League. Check it out. Wellington on top. Wellington Phoenix on top after defeating Western today 1-0. Oh, wait. Hey, Simon. Hey, it's a great question. I don't think anyone knows the answer. Does anyone know if tonight's match will finish now? Or will they have the second half? As it stands, it looks like the second half is going ahead, but they're just waiting for the Storm to pass over. So they're showing. Let's have a listen to the broadcast because again, I'm not listening to the audio. So okay, they're not actually talking about the game. I mean, what's happening with the weather. If you're watching the broadcast, they're showing shots right now of Allianz Stadium, and there's just torrential rain. Just it's bucketing. But of course, the concerning thing is the lightning. They've got to control the lightning. Sorry, they've got to wait for the lightning to pass. You can't control lightning unless you're Thor. Where's Chris Hemsworth? Is he in the vicinity? He's Australian. Someone get Chris Hemsworth in here to control this lightning. What a football game. Wow. Okay. There's a camera angle right now that's pointing up towards the sky just above the stadium, and there actually is lightning. We can see the flashes of lightning. So it is very, very much valid that they are halting proceedings of the match tonight. Cracking idea for a second channel. Might put some popcorn in the microwave. Yeah, man, get the snacks out. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. What happened? What happens if they abandon the game? Good question. I'm not sure what the rules and regulations say. I think they would probably have to replay it. I think if they on what they probably would do is replay it from just the second half, because that's what they did for the Melbourne derby. I know the circumstances are obviously very different. But if we use that as an example, if you remember last year when they replayed the Melbourne derby, they played it from like the 23rd minute or whatever it was. So it probably makes sense. They could just do something where they just like play 45 minutes. That seems to make sense to me. Valentine says normally they will restart halftime the next day. Well, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. I wonder if they could do that. I wonder if they could. Yeah, obviously it's tricky too because they have to like organize like broadcast people and sponsors and whatever, and like tickets, everything. Yeah, it's a tricky situation. Like logistically, these situations are really tricky. So if you're just tuning in, Sydney FC, Perth Glory, it's half time. Sydney are up 2-0. They've been very, very good tonight. And the game, halftime was called about an hour ago. This has been the longest halftime we've ever experienced. I've ever experienced. Oh, hang on. The Daniel Garb's talking to someone. Is this someone important? We're having a listen to see if they're providing us any information. If someone hears anything from the broadcast, let us know. Hopefully the game will get it back underway soon enough. Sam says flashbacks from the Bulls-Jets game last season when it was postponed for about an hour or so. Will this happen again? Yeah, it could, eh? It's been an hour since halftime was called, roughly. So we're just waiting for resumption. Just waiting for the resumption, man. There's not much we can do, hey. H. Simon in the chat. Thanks for this update, H. Simon. I just read earliest possible restart is 9:40 p.m., which is in about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. We could see a restart. Nick O in the chat here. How's it going, man? Says, mate, it's pouring down where I am. Yeah, it looks like Sydney's really copping it. We had some people in the chat earlier on saying that they were having some hail. It's great, dude. They're showing some shots of the Cove, and they are still singing loud and proud, man. It's great to see. Actually going to order Guzman tonight because I just got home from work, but now it's pissing down. Dude, I'm craving Guzman now. We were talking about Guzman earlier as well, hey? Slip and slide. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slip and slide second half, isn't it? If we do get this second half. But, dude, well done. I tell you what. I mean, like, I know Paramount Plus and all that, like, they cop a lot of stick. And but they're doing a decent job, you know, making this work. And for the broadcast, they're interviewing people, they're interviewing coaches, they're talking, they're doing everything. The producers are probably scrambling right now to fill an hour of content, just completely improvising, basically. Hey, Sam says, I won't lie, I'm not that big of a Guzman fan. Fair enough. I know. Well, I know some people, and this is a big debate here. Welcome back to Coast Watch Food. Food Watch Ball. Food. What would you call it? Coast Watch Food Ball. Coast Watch Food Ball. I know there's a bit of a rivalry or a bit of a discussion between which is better, Guzman or Mad Max. Okay, I believe both stores are only in Australia. I think Guzman might be overseas too, actually. No, but what would we go, Guzman or Mad Max? Because I like both. I've been more of a Guzman person. Mad Max I've been growing to like Mad Max even more. Sam says I prefer Mad Max. I have heard of that. There's a lot of people who are definitely pro Mad Max over Guzman. Nick says Guzman is a bit of hangover feed, in my opinion. Fair enough. I see. I like Guzman because their menu has a bit more variety, and they're bringing out heaps of new stuff at the moment. I'm not not sponsored by Guzman or anything, but like they got like I tried the other week. I tried like they've got these new like chicken strips. Yeah, they've got some new stuff. Anyway, hopefully this game gets back underway real shortly. And what I'm realizing now is that they might have to do a thing where they allow the teams to just go through a bit of a warm up. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. They might have to go through a bit of a warm up. If anyone's listening to the broadcast right now, let me know what they're saying. I'm not listening to the audio right now. Of course, we're doing the live stream. But we are still in the midst of halftime here, which is now gone well and truly into an hour. We have had an hour-long halftime break as this storm lashes down on Sydney. If you're in Sydney, I hope you're staying safe. There have been reports of lightning, of hail. I'm just about an hour north of Sydney, and it's pretty fine here. So we're just dodging it up here north of Sydney. Sam says, to be fair, it's probably better that it's delayed at halftime than during the game. Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, that obviously works out a bit better. Yeah, and like from watching the broadcast, it didn't look like it was raining at all beforehand, right? Like the weather looked fine before halftime. So at halftime, it just started to hit. Hey. Doing much content for Unite round? Definitely keen. Yes, definitely keen for Unite round. Haven't decided if I'm going down yet. I think it's going to be great fun. It's obviously the first one, so it's curious to see how it actually pans out and like whether heaps of people turn out for it. I'm hoping heaps of people come down to Sydney for it. It'd be great. It'd be awesome. Is the match postponed or not? The match is expected to resume in. Well, we said we heard 9:40, which is like in a minute's time. So they're just waiting for the storm to pass over. So at this stage, it sounds like it's still going ahead, but it could change at any moment. But I know as much as you guys, hey. When is Unite round? Unite round is January 12 to 14. 12 to 14 of January. Yeah. Fortnite. Hey, Lucky man, how you been? Fortnite, I've been well, man. Been really, really good. Been busy, but enjoying the football of late. I've been good. Today's been busy as well. We did a live watch along for the Matildas game. Earlier today, Matildas lost 5-0 against Canada. Really disappointing loss for the Australian women's national team. But Tony Gustafsson opted to start a bunch of inexperienced players. Wanted to give them game time, and it just didn't work out. It really backfired. Disappointing for the Matildas, hey? Troy says, I'm going to Mariners v Melbourne victory. And then the next day, I'll be flying to Melbourne for the Australian Open. So timing is good. There you go. Yeah, very good timing then. I'm keen for the Australian Open, man. That's tennis is one of the other sports that I would consider one of my up there as one of my next favorite sports behind football. I do love tuning into the Australian Open. Always an exciting time. It's just like as a kid, it just like the Australian Open turned into just like a tradition, like during that time in the middle of summer where you just have the TV on, just with tennis on 24/7 basically. Jacob talking about Unite round and coming down to Sydney. Says when I went down for the Australia Cup final, I only had time to check out the harbour. Wouldn't mind checking out Bondi and other stuff out. Yeah, there's plenty to explore in Sydney. Yeah, Bondi's nice. Bondi's all right. It's busy, especially in summer. Especially like if you come down for Unite round, it'd be busy. I could be biased and say come and visit the Central Coast because it's a beautiful area, but yeah, there's a lot to see in Sydney. Joshy says, I want to go to the Australian Open and watch it live. Yeah, man, me too. I'd love to get down there one day. I've never been. They're showing on the broadcast here more shots of some of the lightning in the sky and the rain bucketing down at Allianz Stadium. If you're just tuning in, the second half has been delayed due to lightning. There is a storm currently over Sydney. Hopefully we get some football played. Some second half football played. But the rain is well and truly coming down, and there's lightning in the sky over Allianz Stadium, so that's why they've had to keep the players off the pitch for their own safety. The weather's just insane right now. And they're showing us shots here on the broadcast. The players are in the tunnel. So the players are actually in the tunnels ready to go, ready to get back on the pitch. Patrick Wood here, having a look out, looking at the rain. He's had a good game so far in this first half. Involved in some of the goals. The Sky Blues debuting their fresh kit tonight too, the new third kit, which they're labelling as Harbour Splash. Looks great too. Awesome blue, dark blue kit. Daniel Benny and Ollie Bozanic from Perth Glory having a look out at the pitch. Daniel Benny is not wearing a substitute bib, so maybe he'll be set to make an appearance in the second half. Hello from Indonesia. Hello. Will the match continue or be stopped? We don't know. Hopefully it resumes. Yeah, I know as much as you guys, so hopefully we do see it get back underway. At this stage, yeah, we don't know. We're just hoping that the storm does pass over. Stefan Kolikovsky is also out on the side of the pitch and has taken his bib off. Don't know if that suggests that they'll be coming on in the second half. Wow, Nick just said in the chat, just had lightning hit really close to me and my exercise bike turned itself on. Dude, hope you're staying safe, Nick, wherever you are. Joshy says, I feel sorry for that one Perth fan. Yeah, man. I mean, we were talking about him before. We've seen him before at games, right? Like, I think he must live on the East Coast because I've seen him at he's often in the away base at like Sydney matches and stuff for Perth. Good to see Ollie Bozanic signing some merchandise for some of the young fans. Jacob says, they're saying if he gets a ban in Sydney FC, he gets 3 points. Is that right? Did they say that? That would be interesting. So now on the broadcast, are they showing the first half? I think they are. This is interesting. So on the broadcast now, let's have a listen. So that might just be the... Yeah. So on the broadcast now, they are now showing a replay of the first half. So this is a bit worrying. Well, if they're showing this, does that suggest that it's gonna? They're still hoping it'll go ahead. I mean, we're coming up to now an hour since the delay was announced. Still heavy rain, yes, indeed. By the looks of things, it was just before they started this first half replay. Yep, the rain looks heavy. There's still lightning by the looks of things as well. Sam says, I won't lie, whilst I've been waiting with doing a cheeky griddle, which I haven't done in ages, and I'm failing miserably. Yeah, dude, Sam, I struggled too today. Yeah, I always struggle with the finals games. I think one of the stats today was like they had to find players who had played 5+ finals games, and I'd struggle with that too. Hey? Yeah. Archie Thompson wants to go home. Yeah, man, it's going to be a long night for everyone there, hey. So yeah, on the broadcast, they're currently showing like a full replay of the first half. They're just showing it from the first half. Yeah, man. This has been a very unique. I'm trying to remember. I think there's been a couple games in the past where we've been doing live watch alongs for them, and there's been times where they've been paused or like stuff has gone on, and we've had to pause. But this is definitely the longest one for memory. We've never had an hour-long break in the middle of the game. So yeah, man. I mean, if this goes on for much longer, we might have to call it a night on the stream because we are coming up to 10 p.m. At this stage. The game we should coming up to the full time whistle. If we didn't get a delay, we would have been coming up to the full time whistle. So hopefully, look, if we get resumption soon, obviously we'll keep the stream running. But at this stage, we might have to call it a night and hope just see what happens. Eh? Oh, gee whiz. Newy Jets is back in the chat. Says, "Hey man, I was out. What have I missed? I thought the game was supposed to start back about now. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the initial talk was 9:15. Then it got pushed back to like 9:40. It is now currently 9:47 local time in Sydney, and still no resumption. So we are just waiting for the storm to pass over, and still waiting. The storm is still lingering, I guess. So still rain, still heavy rain. Lots of lightning around Sydney. We've had reports from some of you guys in the chat, man, that where the storm's hitting and there's hail and stuff like that. So yeah. Dominic says second half started. Is that right? Is that right, Dominic? I'm watching on the broadcast here, and they're still showing this first half replay. Dominic, have you got an exclusive scoop here? Is the second half back? Dominic says it has started the second half. Sam asks, how long has the delay been? Well, they went into halftime. The halftime break would have been around 8:30 p.m. And then the delay was announced probably like the delay was announced around, I think it was like 8:45, which is just over an hour ago. So we're just over an hour, I think, from it being announced. Why is the game paused? For those that don't know, the game has been paused due to lightning in the area. There's lightning over Sydney right now, a very heavy storm, and it's just for the players' safety and for the officials. The game is being halted, so the players are in the sheds. Hopefully, the game does resume soon enough. Dominic says all the game trackers have it to be at the 50th minute. Is that right? Well, on the broadcast, there's no update, so yeah, we'll see. Interesting. Okay, so Nick, there you go. So Nick says, I think One Football got tricked by the first half replay. Got the notification that the second half started. That could be it. Yeah, if you're tuning in right now, it looks like the game's back on. But as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner on the broadcast here, it says first half replay, which is a crucial note. Impressively, we've got 50 people tuning in right now, which is a lot for a game that currently isn't happening. Good to see you guys tuning in here, though. Appreciate it. A-League watch-alongs are back. Hit the like button if you want to support the channel. You can also consider sending through a super chat if you want to support. How's the Central Coast going? In terms of the weather or the football team? Weather's okay right now. Wow, weather's okay. Okay, football team, not so much. Not so well. There you go, Sam. Thanks for looking that up, Sam. I just Googled it. The Macarthur Jets game was delayed by delay was 2 hours and 39 minutes, which is the longest A-League match. The game started at 6 p.m. and it ended at 9:59 p.m. Yeah, dude, that's quite the delay. I tell you what, we're gonna wait. What's the time now? It's 9:50. If we don't get the game underway in the next 5-10 minutes, we're gonna call the stream there. Otherwise, we'll be here till midnight. Fortnite says, I don't know why, but it's somewhat comforting. Us just chilling with the lightning. it's a funny thing, hey. It's because we don't have anything to watch, so we just have to sort of converse. Maybe that's what. Tell you what, that's probably why there's a lot of people tuning into this watch along right now. Is that there's no game to watch, so we just have to talk to ourselves. What do we do? What do we do for an hour without football? It was a great first half display from Sydney FC. They'll be disappointed that this game's being halted because they were looking good. Great goals from Patrick Wood, from Robert Mack, Joe Lolly and Robert Mack. Patrick Wood was playing well, though. He was playing really, really well. Blake, good to see you here as well. Blake, who says, hi, mate. Nice to catch one of your streams again, as most of the streams are early hours in Ireland. Hope you're doing well over there in Ireland, Blake. Hope the weather's good. Hope it's a bit better than it is here. We're currently, for those that are just tuning in, there is a massive storm hitting Sydney, Australia, which is why this game has been delayed for the time being. Surely you can keep the stream on for like 15 more minutes. I mean, we've waited a long time, man. And I don't know. I feel like how long can they wait? Like, it's gonna be like 1 a.m. and like the fan, like, you know, the cove will still be there, of course. But I'm hungry, dude. So I tell you what, we'll wait till 10 p.m. So we'll wait another 8 minutes, and if the game isn't back by then, we might call it a night on the stream. We've been rolling for over 2 hours and 20 minutes now. Sam says, I think the longest watch along I've seen in the stream was that penalty shootout in the Women's World Cup. I forgot what team was playing. It could have been Australia, France. Could have been that one. Yeah. Which would have been close to like 3 hours, surely, hey? What chips is that? We've got the, what are these? Mission? The Mission deli style white corn strips. The best ones. Mission. Not sponsored, but they're the corn chip brand of choice to go. Corn chip brand of choice to go to. Nick says rain is definitely much lighter though. Nick also earlier says I was about to say the lightning is cleared near me. Just heard thunder again. That's right. That's right, Sam. Welcome back to Coast Watch Food. Today we'll be eating chips. That's right. I should make a second channel. There's just me just reviewing food. Definitely keen to do content for Unite Round, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Unite Round, which is happening next month, January 12 to 14. Get your tickets if you haven't. You can buy. It's good too that you can buy tickets to individual games, obviously, or you can buy a 3-day pass and just go to everything. Do you remember that 2011 Grand Final? The 2011 A-League Grand Final. I'm trying to remember who played that one. Testing my knowledge now. Oh, that wasn't Mariners Brisbane, was it? It's not Mariners Brisbane. Don't break my heart as a Mariners fan. Was that one? That one? I think it might be. All right. We'll stay live for another 5 minutes. So if you've got any more questions or discussion points, feel free to drop them in the chat. We've got a couple more A-League games coming up this week as well, this weekend. So I'll pull them up here now. We had Brisbane 2, Wanderers 2 on Friday last night. Earlier today, Western United 0, Wellington Phoenix 1 was a good game. We also, of course, we've got the current Sydney FC Perth Glory game. Don't know why they've got the live ticker there. The second half definitely isn't underway. Of course, tomorrow we've got Mariners hosting Melbourne Victory. City are travelling to Newcastle Jets. And then Monday night fixture. So we've got a rare Monday night fixture in the A-League. Macarthur SC, Adelaide United. That should be a fun game to watch. Two teams with plenty of attacking flair. Should be a high-scoring contest. I'm tipping for that one on Monday evening. Exciting round coming up as well next week. Mariners, Western, Glory City, Wellington Jets, Sydney Macarthur, Adelaide Brisbane, and Wanderers Victory for round 7, which is next week in the A-League. You should forget about the game start of the podcast. It's basically the last hour has basically been that. It's just been like a live podcast. Hey, do you think the game will resume? I mean, I think it will because like, they were showing from the weather map that the storm was passing over, but we thought it was going to resume earlier on. So who knows now, man? Hope so. Perth just did a post. It says Newey Jets. Have they provided any more? Have they enlightened us with any more information? I'm going to have a quick look at the story. Having a look. 7 minutes passed from the previous lightning strike to venue. Okay, and there's a post from Sydney FC as well. Play cannot be started until 10:15 at the earliest. Bro. Which means that the game would go until 11 p.m. And that's at the earliest, dude. They could even be later than that. So they have to wait an extensive period of time after the latest lightning strike in a 10-kilometer radius. If you want to read more about that, check out the socials, Sydney FC or Perth Glory. They just shared some more light on it. So if the game does get underway, the earliest it'll be 10:15. But we thought it was going to be an hour earlier than that. So look, man, we'll see. Hey? We'll see. We just don't know. That's right. Yeah, Sam says, bro, by the time the game starts up, it'll be time for the Premier League games. They're catching up, hey? They're catching up. All right, guys, we're going to tune off in a couple of minutes. I would have loved to have stayed on for the whole match, but this is going to be turned into a live stream that goes for 10 hours. We enjoyed the first half very much, man. And look, hopefully the second half does get underway tonight. And we see it played out. And I hope you guys enjoy the second half. Should be a fascinating matchup in the second half too. I mean, like Perth Glory have plenty of time here to, tactically sort of discuss things and come back into the second half with a new game plan and a new way forward to try and get themselves back into the contest. But of course, Sydney FC leading this one 2-0. 2-0 over Perth Glory. All right. We're going to sign off there, my friends. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We did 2 live streams today. We did Matilda's Canada and this one tonight, Sydney FC Perth Glory, the first half edition. So enjoy the rest of your nights. Hopefully enjoy the rest of this match if it does go ahead. They say it might resume soon, but we just don't know. We could have more lightning strikes in the vicinity. Hopefully the game does go ahead in any case, whether it is today, tomorrow, or whenever. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much once again for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Hit the like button on the way out. My name's Lockie. This is Coastwood Football. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.